Chia. I said chia. Acting out. See ya. Wouldn't wanna be ya. Onomatopoeia. Whoa. It rhymes, dude. Quit your greeting. Quit your greeting, lad. Quit your greeting, lass. Quit your greeting. Love saying that. It's a little bit of Scottish for you, dude. It's a little bit of Scottish. Sip first. Greetings, man. Women, ladies, gents, boys, girls. Hope you're all doing well. It is April 21st, 2021. Yeah. Quit your greeting. Quit your whining, essentially, is what that means. Quit your greeting. And we'll get into it, man. A lot of things to cover, but hope you're all doing well. It's Wednesday. It's halfway through the week. We did it. We did it. It's already here. And if you're in Toronto, if you're in Ontario, man, we got a little bit of snow. Shout out to Mother Nature not letting go, dude. It's a change of seasons, but whatever, man. It's somebody made a wish out there. Somebody made a wish out there, and here it is. The rest of us, we should all enjoy it as much as we can, man. That's the thing, man. Maybe this winter you missed out on the opportunity to go slipping and sliding, dude. Maybe today's the day you want to be going out there and slipping and sliding all over the place. Do it up. We got a little bit of snow in the city, man. I woke up, all the rooftops are covered in the snow, the streets, the sidewalks, the trees. It's that last bad batch. It's that last bad batch of winter. Before you know it, it's going to be back into spring again in a couple of days. That's right. That's how we do it, man. We the North or something, dude. That's what it is, and we'll get into it. So many beautiful things to talk about. So many great things are happening. So many weird things are happening, but that's the thing, man. We make sense of it together. We make sense of it together, boys and girls. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all safe and sound wherever you are. If it's your first time coming in, thank you very much. Glad you made it. It's another So-So production. If you're a long-time listener and viewer, thank you for your love and support, man. Or lady, whoever you are out there tuning in, thank you very much. Each and every one of you, it means a hell of a lot to me, so thank you. Go ahead and like these videos on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Patreon, support your boy, however you like, man. There's 3 tiers. Get involved, do it up. Making changes, dude, making changes. Ball's been rolling for some time now. It's accumulating little by little, and here we are. Here we are. April coming, it's almost done. April's almost over. Jeez Louise, where's the time go? So many things that I want to be talking to you guys we'll stick to it. Yeah, this is just today's another, today we'll just keep it loosey-goosey as per usual, but I do want to hit a couple of notes, if you will, and yeah, let's just get into it. One topic that's been on my mind over the past few days that's been going on, and this is in no particular order. I'll try to talk about as many things as I like today, and then if there's more stuff, which there's always more stuff to talk about, we got each other on Friday and Patreon on Saturday, dude. So we'll cover as many bases as we can today, and then we'll come back and just finish it up with a right hook and a jab, dude. Shout out to UFC, and I'm looking forward to that Masvidal versus Usman, dude. The Usman versus Masvidal fight this Saturday. Cheersies. But one thing that I want to talk to you guys about, and let's get into it, dude. It's the ESL. Are you guys up with the ESL, bro? I'm not talking about English as a second language, dog. No. This is the European Super League, dude. Or more like the European Stupid League, dog. What were you guys thinking, guys? What were you guys thinking? Okay, here's the sitch. Let's break it down together. And I'm just gonna, try to see both sides of this, try to see both sides of the story. But, my heart lays particularly with one side, and it's the fans, because I'm a soccer fan. I've been a soccer fan. I've been a footy fan for a long time. My team is Chelsea, and I'm always rooting for Chelsea. And that's the thing, man. What's the ESL, you're asking? If you're not sure, it's the European Super League. A bunch of elite, quote-unquote, elite clubs got together and decided to form a European club of super teams, if you will. And basically, they just it was done behind closed doors. A bunch of teams got together, and yeah, they decided to form a little league, but it soon withered away, and fans got up and they were pissed off, dude, because that's the thing. It's all of soccer is one of those sports that originally it doesn't take a lot of money, it doesn't take a lot of resources. It's a sport it's the biggest sport globally speaking. It's the biggest sport. It's bigger than basketball, it's bigger than football, it's bigger than hockey and baseball, globally speaking. In different parts of the world, of course, there's emphasis on different sports. Here in North America, we like our hockey and baseball and football, but soccer, globally speaking, and it's growing here too in Canada and the US, soccer is pretty much the biggest sport out there, dude. For many good reasons. For many good reasons. Because there's literally like the entrance into soccer, you really don't need much. You just need a soccer ball and a pair of cleats at best, dude. And these things, luckily today, are very accessible for the most people, or the majority of people, rather. But yeah, what did the elites want to do? What did the money makers at the top want to do? They decided to collectively gather, I guess, behind closed doors and formulate a little club and, like, put aside the Champions League, put aside all the history of the soccer clubs, put aside the fans, and they're like, yeah, we rather just work and compete together. And I'm like, man, well, before we get into it, let's just see the view. I pulled up a little video found on The Guardian. Let's just watch this together, and maybe this will indicate. This is pretty much how I felt about it. I wasn't as outraged, obviously. I just like to keep a level-headed mind about everything as much as I can, but it got me a little bit cheesed, dude, because I'm like, soccer's about, like, competing with different people coming together, and it's always, like, been a story. You have these wonder, how many times have we seen the underdog come up against these, like, quote-unquote elite teams and, like, just knock them out of the water, you know what I mean? And that's the beauty of soccer. It's so good. It's 90 minutes. Anything can happen, dude. Anything can happen. Let's just watch a little bit of a reaction because it was interesting. It was interesting to me. And this is, again, let's play this on the telly, watch it together again. European Super League Chelsea fans protest turn to celebrations as clubs withdraw. So this, I'm guessing, is in England, dude. Shout out to Chelsea fans. And if I'm not mistaken, I saw Peter Cech in there, dude, former goalkeeper, one of the best in the game to ever do it. With the people, dude. Look at all the people gathering, protesting against the ESL, dude. Because guess what, man? We don't want to just see the same teams play against each other all the time. That's boring. That's not soccer. There's no competition in that. That's what I'm saying. And they're just chanting, not happy with it, rightly so. There he is, man. That's Peter Cech right there. Shout out to my boy, man. It's incredible how big soccer is and how important it is to a lot of people. Chelsea, 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 Chelsea. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. Blues all day, every day. And that's that. They were chanting "fuck the Super League," and to a certain degree, I kind of agree with them, man. It's not cool to just have, a bunch of clubs that you deem as elite get up there and start just playing it. How boring is that? Imagine you just saw the same 12 or whatever, however many number of teams that they, and it's an exclusive club. And that's the thing with the Champions League, with the Europa League, there's already a lot of exclusivity already built into a lot of these leagues and structures, right? Let's just try to make it so that we can get more competition, so that we can give access to more people playing. And that's the thing, man. I think it would kind of be a hindrance to the quote unquote elite clubs if you're only always playing together the same. First of all, it's boring as shit. I don't want to watch the same teams over and over again. Dude, spice it up. I love watching an underdog go again. That's what makes sports interesting, because that's the thing. You're like, man, the person or the team with the a little bit less resources or the whatever sometimes can, and sometimes they do rise to the occasion. And that's the thing, when you put yourself in a club and you call yourself like this, the whole name, the super. It just didn't sit in my mouth, and it didn't taste well. It didn't sit well in my mouth is what I'm trying to say. It's just like, let's get more competition. And that's the thing, even with the Champions League, as much as I want more teams to even be involved in the Champions League process, and it's got such a cool history. Nothing's perfect. We've all got our hiccups here and there. Definitely things need to be changed and monitored as we go and evolve with time. But just dismissing the Champions League or wanting to take it upon your and without the without talking to the fans, without talking to anybody, just coming and announcing it like that. That's what you get, man. You get a lot of people upset, and yeah, you're this is like, to me, it seems like at one point it's like, yeah, it's good to make money, but we shouldn't make money priority numero uno and everything all the time, man. Because this to me was like when, I forget Homer's brother, dude, but I remember when he ran into his brother and he wanted to like he long story short, you guys know what I'm talking about, man. When Homer was designing his car, the Homer, when he just put in all the bells and whistles and all the like the weird honks, the noise, like that's the thing, man. At one point, we do too much with money. It's just like you don't necessarily always need to concentrate on money to bring. But that's the thing, I guess. Sometimes, whether it's like the presidents or chairmans of all these like associations, all they might see is just numbers and digits and revenue, whereas like you got to like take into account the people, the impact, the players play for the people, and that's the soccer fans are amazing. I've never seen, yeah, that's, to me, to just like go ahead and dismiss all the fans, dismiss everybody's opinions, dismiss the players' opinions, because I'm sure not all the players were on board, but a lot of them probably, like many of us, like a few days ago, woke up to the news and had to go through the whole turmoil, and it's just like, damn, man, that's not soccer. That's not cool, dude. That's very exclusive, and it's not good for competition. You're not gonna get better over time if you're just competing with the same people all the time, dude. You need to spice it up. You need to step out of your element. And you need to always provide an opportunity for other people to come up. If you're gonna close the doors and just be like, no, this is the best of the best because we say it's the best of the best, and it's like, man, that doesn't seem like a lot of fun. And to be honest with you, if that were to happen, I'm not quite sure if a lot of fans would follow. That's the reality of it. So even if you're concerned with money and like trying to get more views and like whatever it is, again, everything gets, gets involved with like politics. Sure, they come and like put a little spin on it that this is for the betterment of the sport and this, that, and the other. But it's like, is it really, or is it just for you guys to fill your pockets, a few peepsies at the top, dude? You know what I'm talking about. And the people spoke. They're like, F you guys, we love soccer. Soccer is it's such a, anybody can play soccer. Almost anybody can play soccer, dude. It's very inclusive, and this was a very exclusive move to go ahead and just make a huge decision like that without the consideration of so many people out there. It was just unheard of, and I think it's falling apart already. A lot of big clubs are pulling out, and rightly so, man, because you're there for your fans, and there's so much history and heritage and like so much community. Essentially, soccer is a lot, it's based around a lot of community. People love their teams. You have generations of people, you got a grandpa, you got a father, you got a son, you got a daughter, you know what I mean? Like these things are like, pass it down to your kids, your daughters, your sons, and everybody, like, you may like, and that's the thing, there's so many traditions and rituals that go into these things to eliminate a wonderful competition and go ahead and just like try to formulate one without talking to anybody else or like considering anything else is a little bit, yeah, it's just jumping the gun, and it didn't sit well with the people, and that's what it was, dude. That's what it was. So what do I think about it? Well, let's try to look at it from the other, I guess in a sense you could argue that you'd only want the best of the best to be competing with the best of the best, but how do you know you're the best of the best if you're only getting exposed to the same people all the time? How do you know some young and some up and coming players not the best of the best? If you just give yourself the titles need to be earned. Football needs to be earned. Everything needs to be earned for the most part, man. You can't just be calling yourself the elites or the super, the ESL, dude, European Super League, and it's just like, yeah, it's like 12 of your, who decided who's in these elite circles? Like some of the teams that were even named, I'm not even gonna say anything, but like, come on, dude. Not even won a Champions League, and you're claiming you're in the European elite or whatever. I don't like these terms, man. I don't like these. Again, like, sports should be open to everybody. All nationalities should always be playing together. We should just be like intermittent. I don't like the fact that it makes it, yeah, let's try to widen our scope. Let's not try to narrow it. Let's try to be more inclusive is all I'm trying to say. And that's what I think about it. Maybe, yeah. And that's the thing. Everything evolves, but it's just like, making huge decisions like that without considering the people and the fans, dude, not smart. Moving on, dude, moving on. I want to share with you guys another story because it's kind of related, I guess, to what we did this week or this past weekend. You know, I drew a little bit of a dragon up on the wall, as you can see up in the corner, dude. And I just, I was just like checking out lizards and dragons. And dude, have you guys seen this? This was actually popping last week. Let's just check this bad boy out for a quick second. It's a very funny video. Got me laughing, it gave me the giggles. And in this time, who can't use an extra laugh and a giggle, dude? Giant lizard climbs shelves of giant lizard climbs shelves of Thai supermarket rather, in search of food. I apologize, but look at that, dude. Says search of food. Can you guys see that? I hope it's a giant lizard. And imagine seeing this bad boy, like, that's my dragon right there. That's my dragon. He's looking for a job, bro. Times are rough. He's just like demonstrating how he can like shelf stuff, dude. He's like, you guys did it all wrong. You don't know how to shelf. He's so cute, dude. He's so cute. Oh man. That is hilarious. I just want to share that with you very briefly. It's yeah, giant lizard, and some people say that's not even a lizard, dude. Some people say that's a person. Some people, I don't say that, but some people do. Some people say the royals, the elites are lizard people. I don't say that, but some people say that. And sometimes they say, I don't say that, but sometimes they say that when people of the royal families, and this could be just global royal families, or the elites, or the 1%ers. Again, I'm not saying this. Some people are. They're like, man, there's lizard people. And I think maybe if this was true, if they were lizard people, maybe when they passed away, they would just like, shed their human skin, and this is them like trying to find a new body or something, dude. Reincarnate as their true selves, the lizards. Maybe that's just a royal family member, not hinting anything, but who knows, dude. Jokes, but for reals, that lizard was trippy. But also, maybe he's just looking to like, take a little bit of food home. Maybe he's running low on toilet paper. Who knows? Who knows? It's, yeah. He didn't have his mask on. He wasn't doing the whole. He was gooch, dude. He seemed like he's in good health. I'm happy for the lizard, and you got to get out there and do some shopping, man. Maybe he was lonely, and where does one giant lizard meet another giant lizard, dude? Supermarket. That's what I'm talking about, baby, or something, dude. Lizards are fun. Lizards are fun. They're cold-blooded, if I'm not mistaken, but they're super cute, dude. I wouldn't want to have one as a pet. Cold-blooded animals as pets. Here's the thing, my 2 cents on having pets in general. I'm not I love animals. As I've gotten older, I don't want to, that's the thing. Later on, when I have ample amounts of space and whatnot, I may get a cat or a dog or something. But other than that, I don't want to fuck with too many animals. You know what I mean? Reptiles and birds, and we should just for the most part leave them be in nature. I don't know, that's my 2 cents on it, dog. I don't want to be bringing home an amphibian or something, or a giant squid or something, dude, or just a shark or a lizard for some cases, just to be that guy or that lady. And it's most people aren't, it's a whole world you got to get into. You can't just be randomly, and this gets, exaggerated in some cases. You'll see some dude in the Middle East riding around with a tiger, dude. It's just, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's certain actions are taken without considering the animals. And it's where do we draw the line between, our rights, our freedoms, our desires, and respecting other animals and creatures and nature, essentially. You know what I mean? To imprison another animal like that, I don't know how we got there. That lizard was free, dude, but all I'm saying is let the animals be. I just love animals. I don't know. Just saying. Another interesting topic that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Well, just I want to know what you guys think. I got introduced to a new podcast. I recommend you guys go check it out. It's called the No Agenda Show. Let me just give you the name of the hosts as well. I apologize. I'm new to it. You guys might already be hip to the show. But it's a cool show, and I just checked out one of the episodes just last night. Yeah, the No Agenda Show with Adam Curry and John How do you pronounce this last name? Dovrak. Dovrak. All right, cool. The No Agenda Show, episode 1336, dude. Episode 1336. It was on climate change. 2 hours, 2.5 hours long. I listened to it. It was interesting because, again, I do believe. Why do I want to talk to you guys about a little bit about climate change, dude? Because, like, right now it's springy poo and we got a little bit of snow. You know, you got a little bit of snow out there, and the weather and the climate's always changing. But is it changing to the degree that, you know, we should be having emotional school children running up to the UN and just, you know, like, I forget her name, but you know what I'm talking about. Greta, I forget her last name, Greta. And I feel bad because, like, the intent behind it is good. I feel like the youth out there, I was probably one of you guys out there at one time, you know, being emotional, wanting to change the world. But I'm open to hearing stories. I'm open to hearing ideas and facts, and I'm not anti anything, dude. I just want to be listening to facts. And I got introduced to this podcast by my brother, and it just like pointed to a few interesting notions that I'd like to raise with you guys. And maybe you guys will put out a reaction that, you know, what do you guys think? I wonder what you guys think, because, like, climate change for the past 2 decades, I would say, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit less, it's been really, like, sold to us as one of those, like, dire things that needs our attention and our money, essentially. And I'm not cool with that, dude. I'm not cool with that. I'm not denying the climate's constantly changing, dude, but that's just weather for you. The weather's constantly changing. What I don't like about certain agendas, certain global international agendas, is the fact that science, like many things, gets murky with too much money. At the end of the day, this is the gist of it. If you listen to the entire podcast, if you do a little bit of outside research, you realize that as much as we value science and truth, sometimes, in a lot of cases, like the soccer clubs, we value the money more. And we sometimes perform based on what outcome is going to give us the most money, not necessarily what's best in the long term, or for everybody, or for the most people, rather. So climate change, man, I remember being in school, either elementary school or like maybe middle school. They took us to a movie theater. We watched the Al Gore documentary on climate change, and everybody was impacted. But at the same time, I was even at that age, I was a little bit skeptical, dude, because, like, I want you to realize everything you watch in mass media and corporate media, anything that gets a lot of money behind it, anything that gets a lot of attention and buzz around it, not that it isn't true, nor not that it doesn't need attendance to, not that we shouldn't be more self-aware as human beings. Maybe you don't need to get as many plastic cutleries or cups or bags all the time, but the notions that come with these things, I feel like everybody's heart's in the right place. I feel like majority of people want to, like, be helping, but sometimes there are agents and actors who see these opportunities to create problems so that they can go ahead and cater the solution to you and sell it to you. And overall, a lot of different agendas are just pinpointing to essentially the humans being in conflict with nature. And it's like they're dismissing the fact that we are nature, dude. They want to make you feel bad about eating meat. I knew when I was younger, I definitely went through that phase again, watching this documentary, watching that documentary, worrying about the animals, feeling guilty about eating red meat, being a vegetarian for 2 years. At the end of the day, you guys, things like the earth is, the mother nature will outsmart and outlive all of us. It's been here for nature in general, and the earth, unless, like, you know what I'm worried about? I'm worried about us, like, pressing some idiot, like, you know, pressing the red button. Nukes, dude. I'm worried about things like that. Don't do anything drastic like that. Everything else, like, balance is the key, dude. But I'm not worried about, like, get rid of cows, dude. Cows are illegal. Do you know how much gas these cows is? If we don't, like, animals are always in existence. You know how many buffaloes used to roam around? on Earth before, like, you know, especially on the Western Hemisphere in North America, dude. Like all these, like, it's just, we are animals, and there is a food chain, if you will. We don't get angry at other animals for eating other animals. And whatever the point that I was trying to make is, with like corporate media, or with mainstream media rather, because there's a lot of biases, because there is a lot of agendas essentially, because there are a lot of lobbyists going out there and trying to sell you different things, you're not definitely getting the facts. So it's just, it was, what's alarming to me is that if you listen to the 2 hour podcast, and this is, you know, from my own growing experience as well, it's crazy. Like, what are we teaching our kids, man? You should have, please go ahead and listen to the podcast. It's interesting. They had so many different interviews with experts, with PhDs, with students, with young kids, this, that, and the other. And my problem is the amount of fear we're instilling into our youth, and the amount of nonsense that we got them worried about and anxious about. And again, we're instilling a notion of be fearful to be a human. You're this, you know, disease, or you're this environment that's, you know, you're a constant walking disease. Whatever you do is just against nature. You're not, you know, you're coughing on this thing, you're touching that thing, you're eating this animal, you're driving that car. It's like we're just getting sold stories that make us feel insecure, not good enough, make us feel insignificant, make us feel as if we're the problem, and some magic man or some magic woman's gonna come to you and tell you, how are we gonna fix it? Budgets. They're going to ask you for a ton of money. And I'm not saying, again, I'm not dismissing that we should be mindful human beings. Again, what did I learn from going and becoming a vegetarian for 2 years? And this is, again, my own body. This is me, to each their own. But I noticed after 2 years of just being, like, you know, I got my protein through different meats and stuff, but I definitely noticed a body weight drop, or muscle mass drop. Excuse me. I definitely noticed my energy levels were significantly lower than before. And basically what I had to do is I had to go back and unlearn and relearn better ways. And essentially it came back to, after all the, you know, experimenting, and prior to that I was big on meat. You know, earlier on in life, in my 18, 19, 20, I was really heavily lifting, juicing, working out, eating a lot of meat, eating a lot of protein. Then I went the other extreme and vegetarian for 2 years, because your boy likes to do it right. And at the end of it, what did I learn, man? For me anyway, it's mostly for, like, I try to now keep a balance. I don't need to eat steak every night. I don't need to have red meat every day. I can, you know, just have a little portion of maybe a little bit of chicken every once in a while, maybe a little bit of steak every once in a while, maybe a little bit of fish, maybe some vegetables, maybe some potatoes, maybe some rice, maybe some pasta. Spice it up. Get some thyme in there, dude. All I'm saying is, the fact that we use children, the fact that we use fear tactics to get certain agendas rolling, and I'm not denying anything. But I'm just saying, again, when it comes to, oh, we gotta put in a carbon tax. Now we gotta, you know, lower the emissions. Now we gotta do this. Now we gotta do that. And it's like, you keep hearing it. You keep hearing it. You keep hearing. And I gotta be more educated on this topic as well. But what I'm saying is, the way, like, look at what we're doing to the kids. Just look at what we're doing to the kids. And if this, again, and please go ahead, and I'm just giving you the gist of it. Go listen to the actual podcast, go do your own research. The overall level of fear that they're trying to instill into people is not right. The science is biased because they're getting funded to produce that science. And that's the truth of the matter. Is these days, you go into universities, you go into the workforce, you can pretty much find anything you like in terms of what it is that is supposed to be true, rather. And it's like, man, a lot of times we notice that, you know, in medicine, who's funding medicine and innovation? It's like big pharma all the time. You know, you go to your local MD and all of a sudden they're sponsored by all these, like, different drugs, and they're just like little by little like sliding things in on you, right? Try this, have you tried that, try this, try that. Why? Because they're getting funds, and that's not because they're bad people. They want to be helping as well, but they themselves got to make money too, and that's just like one level of it. I hope this resonates. I hope you guys, this is my impression of it. I'm saying some of the things that we get exposed to in life are not always 100% truthful and not being 100% honest, and sometimes I feel like that's the same thing that we're doing with the lockdowns here, with COVID, with Shmovid. I think a lot of these, I think there's a lot of big corporations that are either directly or indirectly funding for the lockdowns to go on longer, funding for us to be more afraid, lobbying for us to be more afraid and be more scared of each other, whether it's just like regular contact, whether it's just like, everyday life, every day. They want to just make sure that you're not good enough and I'm not good enough. You got to take this, you got to take that. And it's always, the onus is always going to be on you. And to a certain degree, I love that. I love that we should have personal responsibilities and freedom and free will and agency, practice that agency. But to make people, like, you should hear these kids crying, throwing tantrums, being so fearful that they think they're going to be drowning in a decade or two. Dude, they think the sea levels are going to just rise 10 feet. They think continents are going to disappear. And they're learning now that they shouldn't really be like, what we're doing is not right. What we're doing is not right. We're very much still, as much as we like to think we're intelligent, we're still animals, but we should, we're intelligent animals. We should take that into consideration. We are nature. We shouldn't be fighting it all the time. We shouldn't be pitting ourselves up against nature or trying to control Mother Nature or, and the pollution, even if it could be reduced, definitely, but it's not up to you and me. It's not my little cup of coffee that's going to make an impact. The sleeve from the cup of my coffee is not going to make that impact. Large global corporations polluting, dumping into the oceans, these things definitely need to be mitigated. Forget how many, I think it's Japan that's going to be now releasing some nuclear waste into the water very soon, a large viral load of nuclear waste or water into the ocean, and it's these things that we need to be worried about. It's and that's just, again, I'm not pinpointing to anybody, but and we do definitely need to be shifting, or at least creating alternative methods of getting our resources and energy. Maybe solely being dependent on fossil fuels isn't the wisest thing for the long term, but we're not ever going to be reaching that point, at least pollution or global warming or climate change isn't going to be what's going to be killing us, dude. It's the little social anxieties, it's the insecurities of everyday life that most of us have to deal with. It's the nonsense that gets perpetuated as reality, essentially. We get so caught up in so much nonsense. And this is another one of it, I think, anyway. What do you guys think? Do you guys fear that the sea levels will rise to the point where we're going to have disappearing continents or parts of the world are going to go underwater? I don't think so. I personally don't think so. But we'll see. We'll see. And I want everybody to be informed. Do your homework. Don't just buy into things because it sounds good or because you want to be, and that's the thing, they get to you, right? Because everybody wants to be doing the good thing, right? You don't want to be the guy that's saying, oh, I don't believe in climate change, or and that's the thing, you immediately you might be, I don't like scapegoating, and I don't like people not giving each other the chance to talk or speak or hear each other out. And I think, again, at the end of the day, everybody for the most part has got good intentions. It's just like when it gets involved with, when things get mixed with politics and money and lobbying, and raising huge funds to tackle issues, that's when things get murky. That's when I, like to question things. And, it got brought to my attention yesterday. And I just wanted to, talk with you guys, talk a little bit with you guys, see what you guys think. And yeah, man, I just don't want you guys to be worrying about everything all the time. It's like it's global warming on one side, 5G on the other side, this, that. It's just guys, ladies, relax. Everybody just chill. The world isn't as bad as you think it is. The circumstances are not as dire as you think it is. The science that unfortunately we hear sometimes is not as accurate. And science is not stagnant. Science is about asking questions. Science is about refining and tweaking all the time. What holds true today is definitely up for debate tomorrow. You know what I mean? So to have one form of truth, or to only believe that one thing is the right way, it's detrimental to our growth. And that, you see that again in sports, you see it in politics, you see it in science, you see it in arts, you see it in every realm. Anytime that we just put in too much emphasis on, let me get my little bag, let me make my little empire a little bit bigger and stronger and better, that's when you start to, do weird, sketchy things. That's all I wanted to say. But overall, I want you to know that whether it's, rain, sun, wind, whatever your climate is, enjoy it, dude. Enjoy it. Go out there, get some nature, touch a tree, be in nature, hug a tree, go out in the woods, explore, and we're gonna be just fine as long as we don't do anything crazy. Like I said, my fear, like in terms of us, like being detriments to each other, is like if anybody was nuts and they went ahead and actually like used a nuke or something. Those things are huge detriments. I'm not worried about. Personally, I'm not worried about climate change. Personally, I'm not worried about COVID. Personally, I'm not worried about any other thing that's gonna come up. We're just gonna deal with it because we're humans and we're strong and we're together and we got this, bro. We got this. What did we say in the beginning of the show? Quit your greeting, lad. Quit your greeting, naps. Quit your greeting. Yeah, quit your whining or something. Love you guys. Thank you for all your love and support. If you like these shows every week, you can check it out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Go ahead and subscribe on YouTube so you get the full length videos. Like it on Instagram. Follow the link below my name on Instagram. Carry yourself over to the Patreon page and support your boy, dude. Your boy needs to make a little bit of dough, I guess, or something. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. Until collectively we figure something out, we're in it together and we're in it to win it. Boys and girls, I'll see you back here on Friday. Stay safe out there. Peace out.